She was a sorceress, and in her tribe, she would cut herself, and with her blood, if she wrote your name in her blood, you would die. That was her power.
That was the belief, or people saw this happen?
No, that's what happened. If she wrote your name, you would drop over. And nobody wanted anything to do with her. She walking down one side of the street, everybody else would be down the other side of the road because they didn't want any confrontation. Well, she got sick. Now that's funny. You'd think, because she's a witch doctor.
Yeah,
she's the one. She's got an in with the devil.
She commands the sickness. Yeah,
but she got sick.
Yeah,
and she went to all these doctors in Burkina, and then even outside of Burkina to France, and couldn't get help with her sickness. She was married, and her husband had said, we had a church in that village, Bedagadugu. And her husband said, well, why don't you go over to the Christians, to the church over there? They pray for people all the time, and people are healed. People, their sicknesses are gone. What? And she told them that no way would she go over there. They couldn't do anything for her that, her spirit, that the spirits couldn't do. But after over a year of this back and forth, she finally went over to the pastors in that village and sat down with them and told them what she was going through. And they shared Jesus with her. And they told her that Jesus is the one that can help you. But you have to be willing to give yourself over to him so that he can help you. And she prayed that day to receive Christ. And after they had prayed, she was completely healed. Just in that instant, she was healed. That was during the week. I went down there because of this, and I was in church that day. She was in church that day. And I was sitting up on the pulpit, up front, looking out. And I hadn't met her yet. And the pastor was sitting there, and I tapped the pastor, and I said, "Is that Madame Yigo over there towards the back there?" And pointed out this lady to him, and he said, "Yep, that's her." There was a glow. I mean, you're just in a crowd, but for me to be able to pick her out, there was just like an angelic glow about her because she had accepted Christ and her life had been transformed. And her testimony, people came in droves because they knew who she was. And to them, she was wicked because she could write their name in her blood and they would be dead. And now all of a sudden, she had a smile. She wanted to help people. She wanted to tell people what God had done for her, and completely transformed that